Alright, and now we move to the co-main event, which is Gegard Mousasi taking on King Mo, Muhammad Lawal, for the Strikeforce Light Heavyweight Championship. King Mo, very, very good wrestler, has improved on his hands and his boxing, and has really shown that in his last couple fights of being smart, using good footwork in and out of the pocket, even counter striking in some opportunities, which has got him some really, really good advantageous positions. And he's got decent cardio. He's taking on Gegard Mousasi, who is a very, very good boxer. Has the amateur boxing background. Very, very stoic guy. He doesn't show a lot of emotion. Very similar to Fedor. He's very good in the clinch. Is a very, very good judo practitioner, and is an awesome grappler from any position, from the bottom, from the top. He's very, very powerful. A lot of people, when they get into close quarters with him, don't realize how strong he is until he overwhelms them. Interesting fight. This is a close fight, just like the last fight between Melendez and Aoki. It could go many, many ways. King Mo could employ a game plan of trying to get this fight down to the ground and not even, try to engage, striking with Mousasi. I think this fight, to be honest, is going to go back and forth. I think we're going to see Mousasi on his back in some points of this fight. I think that we're going to see King Mo in some, dangerous situations in the clinch, maybe getting caught in the boxing. Really, I think this fight's going to come down to who makes the first mistake, who's more poised, who's got, the more well-rounded game. And I'm going to have to say it's Gegard Mousasi. I think that King Mo is going to make a mistake in standing with Mousasi. Mousasi's going to catch him. Mousasi's going to fall him to the ground, either try to pound him out or look for a submission. I'm going to say that this happens mid-third, early fourth. And that Gegard Mousasi wins by probably TKO and wins this fight. So I'm going to pick Gegard Mousasi via a third or fourth round TKO to retain his light heavyweight championship in Strikeforce. Alright, and on to the main event of the evening, which is Jake Shields versus Dan Henderson for the middleweight championship. Of course, Jake Shields is the middleweight champion. Has really looked impressive at both welterweight and middleweight, and defying the odds when people have counted him out as an underdog. Dan Henderson, of course, a former Pride champion, decorated wrestler, decorated Greco-Roman wrestler, very, very, talented at this point of his career. Still not out of the fight game. And has really shown some improvements in different areas of his game. So let's break down each guy. Jake Shields, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, very, very good wrestler. Has improved with his boxing. It's still not where it needs to be, but it has improved. He's got decent cardio. He has gassed in fights, and it really comes down to whether or not he really prepares in that area. And I think this is a fight where Jake Shields does need cardio, without a doubt, because he needs to be the quicker guy to try to either engage in some exchanges with Henderson, or trying to get this fight down to the ground. He's looked very, very impressive against Mayhem Miller. Looked very good against Robbie Lawler, where he took the title. And And, you know, like I said, it's really proven a lot of people wrong in his underdog status in winning fights. Then you have Dan Henderson on the other side, who is coming from the UFC over to Strikeforce, looking for his opportunity to take the middleweight belt. Very, very powerful right hand. He has a dangerous left as well, the counter left that he likes to throw, but primarily the most of his power is in his right. He's very, very good on the ground. He's a good grappler. He doesn't get caught in very many situations where he gets, you know, gives up his back. He does in some situations make mistakes, a la the Anderson Silva fight back in the UFC. You know, Dan Henderson, very, very good against the cage and the clinch. Very, very good wrestler overall. This should be an interesting fight to see where these guys end up. Really, I think that this is going to be dictated by Dan Henderson in this fight. It really depends on whether or not you know, Shields can get this fight down to the ground, because overall, Jake Shields is not the better. He's not the better boxer. He's not the better wrestler, at least in my opinion. And while he may be the better grappler, you know, unless he gets the fight down to the ground, he's going to have a serious issue there, and he's going to be the smaller guy in this fight. So, you know, Shields has some things working against him. He could prove a lot of people wrong, but I'm going to have to, unfortunately, go with what will most likely happen, and that will be that Dan Henderson will keep this fight standing. You know, use good 1-2 combinations, throw some leg kicks here and there, set up either a right or a left hook, catch Jake Shields. Jake Shields will go down. Dan Henderson will move in for the kill and win via TKO. So I'm going to say that this happens late second, early third, and Dan Henderson wins via TKO to take the middleweight championship and become the new Strikeforce middleweight champion. So make sure to check this event out. It should be very, very good. I will be back the night of or the night after to do a review on the event. Until then, you guys, take it easy.